Moments before we went to air tonight, a plane apparently crashed at a General Mills plant, a food plant in Covington, Georgia. 6 tractor trailers were reportedly on fire. You're seeing pictures from the scene right now. This is the second time in a week that something like this has happened. On April 14th, the plane crashed into the Gem State Processing in East Idaho. What's going on here? Well, the story gets weirder. Food processing plants all over the country seem to be catching fire. This happen, of course, but this is a lot of industrial accidents at food processing facilities at the same time the president's warning us about food shortages. They're getting hit by planes and catching fire. What is going on here exactly? Jason Rantz hosts a radio show in Seattle and joins us to put it into perspective. Jason, good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, obviously, when something happens every so often, you obviously hope that there's no significant damage and certainly no one gets hurt, but you kind of write it off. It's not that big of a deal. Accidents happen. But when you've got well over a dozen food processing plants and warehouses getting destroyed or seriously damaged over just the last few weeks at a time when the food supply is already vulnerable, it's obviously suspicious, and it could lead to serious food shortages. That's why some folks are now wondering, well, number one, what's going on? And you've got some people speculating that this might be an intentional way to disrupt the food supply.
Okay, and so Biden is obviously responsible for that, even though they already identified that he's warning about food shortages. So it seems like he's taking the threat seriously, and presumably food shortages, not generally a thing that helps the incumbent president, but they've been able to spin this conspiracy theory that at the end of the day isn't about Tucker Carlson. He found this on right-wing forums. It's a thing that's been going around, and he is now spreading it to millions of his viewers, David. And he's found a way that what he thinks is a pattern of food processing plants being knocked out by, I guess, saboteurs or industrial terrorists is in some way designed to help Joe Biden, presumably. I don't necessarily follow it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to make sense for them to sell this. I mean, as long as they say, oh, all these things are happening. Oh, Joe Biden's president. Oh my God, look what's going on. Like that's ultimately the only dots I have to connect here. Like this is, they can turn anything into a conspiracy. Like, I forgot. Where's my glass of water? I thought I brought it here. Oh, it's not here. It must be Big Coffee. Big Coffee took my glass of water. They want me to drink more coffee instead of water. Like it's so dumb. A normal person would see this and think, hey, maybe workplace safety is an issue. Maybe look into that. All these fires are happening. Maybe that's the problem. But no, they look at it. It's Biden, conspiracy, food shortage. There you go. That's all you need.
Exactly. Yeah, there were tons of COVID outbreaks at food processing plants under Trump. Was that Trump trying to destroy the food distribution network? No, that was the corporations not caring about their workers, and the same sort of corporations that don't do enough to stop, COVID outbreaks. Maybe they're not taking fires seriously enough. And by the way, this is just the law of large numbers. Like they're spreading. If we could go to the map, if we jump ahead to Liz Churchill. Like, oh my God, we're not allowed to talk about this again. Who is censoring you talking about this conspiracy theory? But anyway, you can see there. Oh my God, there's been fires. First of all, they're talking about fires or accidents over literally years. Okay, that's what they don't say in this image. Do you know how many food processing plants there are in America? Over 25,000. There are gonna be fires and accidents at some of them every once in a while. This is what conspiracy theorists do. They take unavoidable, obvious truths and then pretend that it's a nefarious connection. I don't think that that's what's going on. And I would remind you again, if it was happening, it would hurt Biden, you doinks. I don't understand why that's so difficult to get them to understand.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.